Hello fellow mutants, welcome back to another video, and in this video we're going to talk about how Re- Marvel, and I'm reading the title of this article, Marvel reportedly changed MCU's Phase 5 and 6 plan because of Jonathan Majors' Kang performance. So, let's read, shall we? Jonathan Majors' outstanding performance in Loki and Phase 5 Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania reportedly made Marvel change its plans. The Marvel Cinematic Universe Phase 5 and 6 were reportedly changed after Marvel laid eyes on Jonathan Majors' performance in Disney Plus's Loki and Phase 5's first movie, Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania. Majors first appeared in the MCU and See Who Remains variant of Kang in Loki, setting up Marvel's multiverse saga. The actor then got a major role as the lead villain Kang the Conqueror in this year's Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania. Majors acting in both roles have received overwhelming praise, and the MCU was deeply changed exactly by that. Speaking of The Ringer, the Big Picture podcast, Joanna Robinson, who is writing the upcoming MCU The Reigns of Marvel Studios book, revealed that Kang was not necessarily planned to be the Marvel Multiverse's saga focus. According to Robinson, Major's performance in Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania was so good that allied to Loki's He Who Remains, it sealed the deal for Kang to become the center of the MCU's Phase 5 and 6. However, Robinson also explains that with Major's arrest over assault charges and everything related to that, there's a huge uncertainty on how to move forward at Marvel. Check the full quote below. I was told by someone who works with Marvel, it was not the plan to make Kang the center of everything until they saw the dailies from Quantumania and I'll reread that in case the audio cut. I was told by someone who worked for Marvel, it was not the plan to make Kang the center of everything until they saw the dailies from Quantumania and after his performance in Loki, which was so strong they were like, this is it. This is our way forward. They don't usually hang this much on one person in the way that they did with here. And that has put them in a bind. We do not know what they are going to do. I've heard conflicting stories about they are going to replace him. They're not considering replacing him exactly. But it's just one thing. More thing. And I feel like because I don't think things are looking hot for Majors right now. Things are looking good for him, but so I think what they will do is have him have the character of Kang be recast, essentially. I think that's the route that they're essentially going to go if they keep with the plan that they're going with. Because with Thanos, he could easily be recasted, looking the same, but just with a different voice. If the dude who played Thanos got himself into trouble, and it would be fine. But Kang Jonathan Majors Kang, this versus the Kang we saw in Ant-Man and the Wasp died. And I think the Kang in Loki died as well. So they're also in a sweet spot too right now. Where since they are doing the whole multiverse, they could have a different version of Kang come in where it doesn't look like Jonathan Majors. So they can still technically move forward with the Kang the Conqueror storyline, just have a different actor. And since they're doing the whole multiverse thing, I don't think people will like be too shocked or too disappointed if Jonathan Majors were to get recasted. I mean, I'm trying to think of one person that got recasted in the Hulk. Edward Norton was the Hulk in the standalone MCU film. By the time we got to the first Avengers movie, Mark Ruffalo took over. I don't remember ever hearing any like backlash because of that. So like as good as this performance is, I will understand if they went with someone else because things are not looking too hot for Jonathan Majors right now. Partially by his fault, but anyways, let me continue. What were Marvel's planned original MCU Phase 5 and 6 plans? Marvel original plans for the MCU's Phase 5 and 6 have not been revealed. However, with the new information about Kang only became the multiverse saga focus after the first footage of Majors from Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania began to come in. There's a great chance the other big names for Marvel Comics who are associated with the multiversal Secret Wars storyline might have originally played a role in the MCU's Phase 5 and 6, which will culminate in 2026 Avengers Secret Wars. The original of MCU's Phase 5 and 6 might have focused on either the Beyonder or Doctor Doom as the main foe of the multiverse. Both characters are crucial to different versions of the Secret Wars storyline in the comics, and if Major's situation were to eventually lead to Marvel choosing to move on from Kang as a multiverse saga ultimate villain, then the concept of Kangs could be finished off with a different actor in the role of Avengers The Kang Dynasty, leaving Avengers Secret Wars to focus on a different villain altogether. And I think if they do that, then they kind of like should do what they kind of did with Claw. Like have the villain of whatever, like Phase 6, make a appearance in like either in the next Avengers movie or an upcoming Marvel project, right? And it being like this like pretty much 5-minute cameo where like to the average moviegoer it would be like, okay, it's just some character, but to like of course the hardcore Marvel fans who actually knows who the character is, like, snap, okay. So I think that could honestly like build more hype around Phase 6, per se, if they do end the Kang Dynasty, or the Kang storyline in Phase 5. That's just me. Anyways, based on how Marvel will probably change their plans for the MCU's Phase 5 and 6 after seeing Majors as Kang, there appears to be a previous path that the studio could bring back if required. Marvel has yet to make an official decision on how to deal with Major's legal situation. Robinson pointed out that conflicting stories are emerging while a decision is not made public. For the moment, all that is known is that Loki Season 2 trailers shown at Disney did not include Majors. Despite his big role in the show, depending on Marvel's decision, the MCU could look very different months from now. So the source is The Ringer, the Big Picture podcast. So, I mean, Marvel's in a tight spot because they bet everything on Majors, right? Which what's good? Like, I'm happy they were excited about the whole King dynasty thing and found their perfect or their ideal king, right? But at the same time, I don't know. Like, on one hand, they shouldn't like I like. It's easy to say now, but they shouldn't bet all their money on just one actor. And again, like you can say, but Phil, there's Robert Downey Jr. He did some messed up shit, and I think it was Jon Favreau had to go up to bat for the Marvel executives at the time to have Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man, and he that was successful, and that is true. But we're talking about how like after like some time when Robert Downey Jr. cleaned himself up and proved himself, and sure, like these Marvel reports seem like these reports against Majors seem to be legit and could be is getting him in a lot of trouble. But like on one hand, they can still end go as planned. Just switch up the actor who plays Kangas. Like I said, they are we're in the multiverse saga. As much as I'm kind of tired of the use of the multiverse between like the Arrowverse using it a lot, and then now Marvel and like DC and stuff like that, and then it's Charles essentially because they use the multiverse too. As much as I'm tired of the multiverse at the moment, Marvel did create an open door where like with there being different versions of Kang, not all of Kang needs to look the same. And they can use that to their strength. So my advice to the Marvel Studios, still keep along with the same plan as you had before with Jonathan Majors, but just recast. You guys put yourselves in a golden position where you guys can literally recast, and people who may have watched Loki will say, okay, well, we did establish in Loki that it is there's like multiple versions of Kang out there in the universe. So it's not too surprising that this new Kang that we're going to see looks different from the Kang we saw in the new Ant-Man movie and the Loki show. So, like I said, it's not out of like the realm of possibilities. And I think, like I said, Marvel has put themselves in a sweet spot. But that's just me. That's just my opinion. What's yours? Let me know in the comment section down below. Love you guys. Have one of a day. Be kind to one another. I'll catch you fellow mutants later. Later, taters.